Hello, and welcome to the beginning of a new series I'm planning, where we will go over the recommended combos and tactics for various mobile suits across Gundam Battle Operation 2. I often see people on websites like Facebook, Discord, Reddit, or even here on YouTube asking what's the best way to play a specific suit. These things aren't entirely obvious, even if you see gameplay of the suit in action, so I intend to make videos going over some of the more complicated suits in this game, and how you can best utilize them. To begin, we will be going over the various different combos for the Sinanju, ranging from the easiest and most simple to the harder and more situational ones. Sinanju at its peak performance requires you to identify which combo would be optimal for a specific situation, or if it is even optimal to do a big combo at all. You will find out the ideal timing to use them just by getting comfortable with the suit, but I hope that the ones I list here can put you on the right track. With that out of the way, I hope that you can enjoy the video. This is the basic bread and butter combo for Sinanju. It is by far the easiest to do since you begin by downswinging them with a blindingly fast beam saber kick. This won't give you optimal damage output, but it still hits hard and doesn't need any sort of on-the-fly repositioning like what is needed with the beam Naginata. Even strong Sinanju players will fall back on this simple and effective combo in a tense situation. This is your basic shooting combo, which will stun the enemy 3 times. This does pretty solid damage on its own, and allows you to easily close the distance before using any of your powerful melee combos. This is part of what makes Sinanju so strong, since with one stun, it can chain into even more stuns to eventually confirm some of those nasty melee combos. Instead of comboing into melee, it is sometimes best to just finish off this combo with Vulcans. Sinanju Vulcans have over 1000 DPS, so they're a solid combo ender when you can't go into melee for whatever reason. Good for finishing off an enemy, or for doing extra damage if an ally is already doing a melee combo on them. You can see this as a variation of the easy difficulty combo, which also starts with a beam saber downswing. This will do more damage with the Naginata used in the middle of the combo, rather than the shield tomahawk, but it is more difficult to land since it has tighter timing and relies on using the Naginata with its awkward range. 2 swings from the Naginata will do more damage than the shield tomahawk downswing, so keep it in mind. This has easier timing than the previous medium difficulty combo, while also doing a little more damage. Though the somewhat slow downswing out of the shield tomahawk means you need good timing to stun into knockdown. You can pretty safely use this on enemies without dodge rolls, but once you gain more confidence in using the Sinanju, then you should graduate to a stronger combo. This isn't as damaging as your other combos, but you can use it while your beam saber is on cooldown. This makes it rather situational, but ideal to use after a target swap. You can stun into downswing your saber on an enemy, but don't follow up on that enemy. You can then go and chase another enemy with instant knockdown shield tomahawk. This gives you a good balance between knocking down enemies set up for teammates, while also doing highly damaging combos. Sinanju can quasi-infinitely loop enemies by swapping back and forth between the Naginata and beam saber. I say quasi, since it is limited by the amount of thrusts you have left. I don't list a set combo here, since you really need to get creative with this and swap between your ranged stuns and melee as needed, as well as knowing when to stop stun locking and to finish them off. Just to consider this though, you can stun an enemy twice with a delayed side swing into a neutral swing. You shouldn't go out of your way to do this, but it is very effective against an isolated enemy who is too far for the allies to help them. This is by far your most damaging combo in the Sinanju, but also one of the most difficult. It has tight timing, which requires you to not slip up even for a moment, along with requiring you to initiate with a short-range Naginata. Successfully landing this after initiating the triple stun combo is even capable of killing excess Gundam in one go. Even the Phoenix will go down in one combo if they do not build for melee resistance. It is not always practical or ideal to go for this combo, but you should always keep it in your pocket for when you need to do gigantic damage. Unless your timing is perfect, the enemy can dodge roll out of a Naginata and you're prone to down stun combo. So either use it on suits without dodge rolls, those who are overheated, or those who you bait out a roll from. You can use your Beam Saber neutral swing to bait out dodge rolls after a stun, only to then swap to the Naginata to start the combo then. This combo is powerful, but depending on how much latency is in the match, it may be impossible to actually land. For a quick explanation, any extra latency in a match gives you a little extra time before the enemy gets iframed after being knocked down. So although this cannot be landed in the zero latency environment of free practice, you can land it in real matches if your timing is absolutely perfect. It is debatable if you should ever go for this combo at all, considering how inherently unreliable it is. But it is theoretically the highest damage combo beginning with a Saber downswing. If you can identify a good time to use this, then this is the perfect balance of a high damage combo, but with the ease of use of the Beam Saber. Thanks for watching until the end. I do hope this video has been informative, and it will be helpful if you're looking to take your Sinanju gameplay to the next level. It is probably the hardest to play 700 coster if you use all the advanced combos, so it is a good idea to try and get them all down in free practice before taking them into real matches. Like I said in the beginning, you can't just do the best damage combo every single time. It is necessary to be aware of things like if your allies are in danger, if you might be interrupted when performing your combo, or if the enemy has a dodge roll. I haven't made a guide video on a specific suit like this before, so please leave any appropriate feedback in the comments section if anything could be improved upon. What suits would you like to see combo videos or guides on in the future? I am looking to do more videos like this in the future, so if you have any ideas, then feel free to voice them. I'll be seeing you all in the next video.